Hi, and welcome to Brush Tips with Cheri. Today we have a special guest. Johanna's gonna paint with us.
I'm gonna try.
I'm super excited because I've been wanting somebody to come on and paint with me, so I'm not so lonely all by myself.
It'll be
So
fun.
I'm super excited. It will be. It will be. So this is the painting that we're gonna paint today.
My favorite,
I know.
Cardinals.
And you were like, let's do a tree with cardinals.
Yes,
So I did.
I've had a lot of Cardinal visitors at my house, so
I saw.
yeah,
A lot.
I think that's a sign.
It is, it is. So I decided to go with more of a summery one because we seem to always have like birch trees with winter, and I really wanted more of like a birch tree with a summer. So that's why I went with the fun sunset background. So we have lots of colors we're going to use today, and I will share my paint palette, our fancy paint palette here. We have yellow, we have bright red. I actually had a little fire red in there too at last minute. Orange, white, phthalo blue, phthalo green, black, and brown. So we have a lot of colors to choose from.
do.
And then we also have lots of brushes here too. We have 3 brushes. Whoop, let me show you. We have this Big Daddy who we always use. We have this round brush, which is going to be for all the little details in the tree. And then we have this square brush right here. And that's just going to be for fun little details too. Okay? So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, grab your Big Daddy
Okay.
brush and touch your paper towel with it.
Okay.
And we're going to put a light layer of yellow. So start with the yellow and just go ahead and brush it onto your brush like this.
Okay.
And then start adding all through the middle of your painting. There you go, perfect. This is a pretty easy painting. It seems like it would be hard because there's a lot of colors, but it's really not. It's just really fun, easy painting. Birch trees are always fun to do because there's so many different patterns going on in the tree, and you can never go wrong.
I'm just looking back, make sure I'm doing it right.
Yep.
And we have not practiced this,
We
correct?
have not practiced this at all. So you are winging it.
I just found out what the painting was the same time that you people did at home. So
Pretty much. That's kind of how I roll. I like to wait till the last minute. Whatever I'm feeling is what I like to paint. I just painted this painting this morning, actually.
you
So-
always do that.
I know. Because I never know. Like, what
What's
if...
your feeling?
Yeah, what if I'm not in the mood to paint birch trees and I'm in the mood to do a flower, but I already picked birch trees, so then I'm going to be like, oh, I really want to do this one. So I always wait till the day of. So add as much yellow as you would like.
Okay.
And I like to almost fill the whole top of this canvas only because we're going to add some of that blue in there, and it's going to make it kind of a greenish color, and we're going to add some orange, so it's going to make it a little hazy.
Okay.
So next thing, once you get all that yellow on, you're going to go ahead and grab some of this
Is
orange.
that enough?
Yep.
Okay.
Looking good. And then we're just going to start to go right over here. If your paint isn't moving, wet your brush.
Okay.
My paint's getting a little dry, so I'm going to sneak in front of my canvas here. Just get my brush wet, and I'm going to wet my paint. Sometimes with the humidity, it changes the way that the paint works. It's so weird. And if I'm painting outside, oh my gosh, some days it takes forever for the paint to dry. Some days it only takes minutes for it to dry. It just really depends on the humidity. So you love painting, huh?
I have done this, you know, the wine and canvas kind of things
Right.
many times. And I probably have a dozen or so paintings at home.
Yeah.
I've just recently hung up a few.
Good.
And actually for one of my birthdays, we went and did that with a couple of my friends. And I said, and then one day my friend was having a garage sale, and the painting that we did was in her garage sale. And I said, don't you dare
Oh my God.
sell that painting. I'm taking it. So
Right.
so I hung both of ours up in my kitchen. So.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes I'll find people's paintings that I know that they were like a wine and canvas painting, and I'll see them like at Goodwill or like thrift stores or at garage sales.
You could tell, yes.
And then I think, well, I'm just going to buy the canvas because I'll gesso over it.
I was surprised that you said you could paint over them. You just paint right over them.
Yeah, there's stuff you could buy called gesso. I actually just put white paint over it. The gesso's a little thicker and covers a little bit more. All right, your orange is looking good.
Okay.
But I like to buy the gesso, so it makes it, you can do that with any of them. So even yours at home, you can go and do that.
Oh, they're masterpieces. I would never paint over them.
That's what I say about mine too. And I paint over them. If not, I would have 8 billion.
Oh, I'll bet. Yes.
And I donate a lot of mine too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually, for
Rinse it
like,
off?
sometimes people ask me for auction stuff, like at local events or whatever, and so I'll give them a painting and, you know, free whatever, but, all right,
Nice.
next, blue.
Okay, so I
All
rinsed
right.
off my brush, right?
Yep, you rinse off your brush,
Okay.
and then just grab some of this blue and work away from all of the orange and yellow. So start up here in the corner and kind of work your way slowly to it, but don't go over it too much. Do you see how it just kisses it? Just touches it just a tiny little bit.
Just a kiss.
Just a little kiss of paint. I think my daughter's going to come paint with me one day too.
Fun.
Except she's like a super amazing artist, so
So I'm glad
She'll
I got
probably-
myself out of the
she'll
way first.
probably blow me out of the water. So now
start-
she'll tell you she's not.
Started with the worst.
No way. Never.
It is fun. I think it's very relaxing.
I think so too.
Some of my friends just think it's super stressful,
No.
but I love it. So I'm just
Don't
going
forget
around
about
all
your
the,
sides
all
too.
the white
Yep.
parts.
All the white parts. And don't forget about your sides and your top, like I did on this one here.
Okay.
I forgot to do my top. So if you could see it, whoop, if you could see it, forgot to do my top. But I forgot this side too. Whoops. But I think I did my bottom. Oh, I did. And this other side.
Okay.
So don't forget about your sides and your tops. That way, so when you hang it up, it's wrapped all around the canvas. Do you have a couple that you forgot to do your sides and tops?
No, I think I did most of them.
Oh, good.
Yes. And if there's any WCTV viewers that, would like to purchase my masterpiece after this,
Yes.
I,
There you go. You're auctioning it off.
I'm auctioning it off. Or if
Highest
somebody needs
bidder.
it for a fundraiser, I will
Highest
be
bidder.
glad to.
How about the most likes you could?
Yeah.
The most likes on the page or shares. If they share it and like it, right?
Yep. Or maybe we should give it as the booby prize. We'll see how it turns out.
So I am just lightly feathering around the yellow and the orange. I don't want to go too far into it because I'm going to add some white, and I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to run some of this into the yellow and the orange, which will blend it in a little bit better.
Oops.
So don't feel like if you have a real hard cut into it that it's not going to.
Okay.
We'll wet the brush and we'll just go over it with some clean water, and it's going to kind of blend it all together.
Okay.
If your painting doesn't turn out, you can always give it to your mom.
My mom would love it.
Yes,
All moms love all the
Yes.
artwork we do, right?
exactly. Then I tell people, if your mom's not around, give it to your grandma because your grandma will love it.
Yes.
Sometimes they have to mail the ones real far to their moms because they get smart and move to Florida or something. They don't stay here in Ohio. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit. And you can do the bottom of your painting too if you want.
Okay.
So sometimes what I like to do is lay it on its side. Oh my goodness, I didn't even get half this side over here. Lay it on its side, and then you can get the bottom real good.
Okay.
There you go, perfect. go. If you want me to do it, I can. I don't care about getting
I'm
paint
afraid
on
to
me.
drop it.
Oh, you almost did. Saved. You saved it.
Saved by the apron.
Yesterday I bought a pair of jeans that already had paint on them. I felt like I was like,
Perfect.
I just purchased jeans that have paint on them.
Like somebody, like at
Like
Goodwill,
at
somebody
Goodwill.
had them and
Somebody had them because I go
And
and I buy those
discarded
little
them?
paint platters, plates to put under my plants, and I buy my jeans there. So if I get paint all over them,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This person already had paint on them, so
Well, who knows? They may be making jeans with paint on them
yes.
now.
Yes.
Like you buy ripped jeans, you know?
I have a friend in California who paints on shirts. He does splatter painting on shirts. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. So that's why I actually went to Goodwill, was to find a shirt, like a paint smock to make. Because I think that that would be really cool to do. Just kind of fun to have, to kind of wear around. Perfect. Did you do your bottom?
I did.
All right, awesome. Okay, so now let's clean our brushes really, really good.
I did not do my
you
bottom.
did not do your bottom.
I lied.
You're like, I laid it to the side to do
I
it.
did. Thought I did.
It's all right. Take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Easy enough.
We only have 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm usually on the other side of the camera for you.
I know.
All right. there
I'm
we go.
enjoying
This
somebody
is
being in here
fun.
with me. It is.
I love doing this. My family was in town last weekend, and I had suggested coming to your studio to do a painting,
And they
but
were
we
like,
just ran out of
"No."
time. There was so
You
much
guys
to
had
do
a
with
busy weekend.
my mom's 90th birthday, and she loved. Cheri painted a family tree for my mom.
I did.
And at
How
the party,
did it work out?
we all did our thumbprints on it,
Did
and
it
it worked
show?
out perfect. It's so cute. I'll bring it in. I'll bring it
Yeah.
in so you can show it.
Yeah. Or send me a picture.
Or I put it on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah, that was
she
cute.
loved it, and the little kids had a blast
Oh, I bet.
doing it.
I bet. Because then it's not every day they get to stick their finger in
Yes,
ink.
yes.
All right, so
awesome.
let's stand this back up
Okay.
the right way. And then you can wet your brush, and don't even touch your paper towel very much. Just kind of rinse it off real good.
Okay.
And then just touch it once, just so when you transfer it doesn't drip everywhere. So you want it to be pretty wet. And then we're just going to soften this up. Do you see how
No
much
paint?
that kind, nope, no paint, just water. You see how it softens up those sides? Then we can grab some of the white, just a real little bit. If you see how I'm just kind of pulling some of this white off. And I'm just going to run it around and go into the paint. Into it. And just real lightly feather it across. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And you can just wet down this white too. Keep sneaking across my painting here. Yeah, I do a little watch party after the show, so tonight I'll do a fun little watch
Love
party
it.
with
I think
this.
it's hilarious.
It is so fun. Even this morning, Vance, oh, I just got black in my painting. This morning, Vance, he's my 11-year-old, he's like, do I get to do the watch party tonight? And I'm like, yeah, buddy. He's like, okay, great, I can't wait. And Nico's home now for summer break, so he was like, can I come and watch? So I said, no, but you can watch Facebook Live. So he's probably watching. Hi, Nico. Summer break, right?
Finally.
I know. We're excited.
So I feel like this is a little harsh here. Does that look okay?
So
Or we're
take the white and brush it into it and clean that up. Like pull it like this. And you can even wet down your water down your white and run it through there. There you go. See how it just kind of breaks it up? You can even add some more orange into it to kind of make it pop back out again. And we can also add the tree over it too.
Okay.
So if you feel like you have a spot that's like a really big boo-boo spot, then you can always cover it with something. I'm digging it. It's looking good. All right, clean off that brush real good. Now we're gonna put the tree on. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready for my happy tree.
Your happy tree.
Same brush?
Same brush.
Okay.
Same brush, because we want it to be a really thick tree, so we're gonna go with the thicker brush.
Okay.
And then it's super easy, and it doesn't even have to be perfectly straight, because birch trees are kind of crooked. If you ever look at a birch tree, they're kind of crazy looking. All it is white for the base of the tree. If you're worried that it's not going on straight, obviously at home you aren't painting at an angle. So you can step in front and see how straight it is. So I'll be out of the way in 1 second. I have a little orange in my tree because my orange was still a little wet, but that's okay. I need to add some more blue in here. My canvas is showing through. Perfect. Okay. Let me clean off my brush. Sorry. All right. Next. Now we need to take some of the black. Oh, you know what we do? We need to add some branches here.
Okay.
That main one for them to sit on. I use the same brush, but I hold it like this
Okay.
and use it like a pencil.
Okay.
So I pull it through here to flatten it out.
Just white?
Yep. And then I use it so that it's at a shorter angle. There is a little black in mine because I accidentally picked up black because I was going to do the
Okay.
highlighting.
Okay.
And just thicken it up. Push a little bit harder towards the end. And same thing with these trees over here, or branches. We want to add a couple branches. And add another thin little branch. You make trees good. I like it. I like it. Add another little branch here. And you can even add a couple like little baby ones over here, but we'll do that with the smaller brush.
Okay.
So this brush we could put away.
Okay.
Put this Big Daddy brush away. And we can grab these round ones and just start filling in this tree a little bit better. So you could grab the black, and if you roll it through like this, you'll be able to get a real fine point. And then just real lightly start to feather it through. Even the brown, you can even grab the brown and just real lightly add it on there. And it's just highlights.
You're looking back.
And some more here, some more here. Now I know I have to paint really fast on here, but for the viewers at home, they actually get to pause this.
Right.
And they don't have to paint this fast. They actually get to go at their own speed, which is nice.
Yes. This is quick.
Yes, this is very quick.
Usually
this
you're
isn't-
sipping some wine.
Right.
You're
Usually
with your
a
girlfriends.
Right. A standard class is like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I like to add just a lot of little unique spots to my birch trees, like some nicks, and make it look like there's a lot of bark in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I also, if you want, you could add a cute little heart like it was engraved in the tree. You can add a little knot to the tree if you want. A little knot is just a little circle. And then make sure you bring some spots coming down off of it. And just keep continuing to outline a little bit. It's just a lot of fun to play around with birch trees. I could literally paint birch trees all day long because they're always different techniques on how to play around with it. So there's never a wrong way to do a tree when you're doing the bark. And here we go. So you can see how it's turning out. You're like, why are you going so fast?
It's okay.
It's all right.
You finish mine.
Yeah, you have
after
time
the
to
show.
finish after the show. Don't think you have to rush through it. Don't you worry. Add some of this. Kind of going the other way here. All right. So real quick, we're just gonna finish playing with some of these. And I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. I'm glad that you decided you were going to paint with me today.
This is fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to do the birds.
Okay.
But if you don't want to do the birds yet, you don't have to.
Okay.
But your tree's looking pretty good.
Okay.
You're
I'm
like,
just
maybe.
I'm just looking at
You didn't think you'd have
what I
27
missed.
minutes. How fast,
I
huh?
know.
It goes fast.
It does go quickly. Yes. Just looking at what I missed here.
So you're going to take the red and mix it all up, get a good amount on your brush. And if you don't want red birds, that's fine. You don't have to have the Cardinals. You can have blue jays or whatever. So I made 2 circles. And then I'm going to add little heads. Whoop. And another little head. And let me roll my brush. Get it to a really good point. Now you could also use smaller brushes to do this too. You don't have to use these big brushes. And then make some pretty little tails here. And make sure your birds are sitting on the branch. Sometimes people will make the birds floating above the branch. And we don't want them floating. We want them on the branch. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of black here. Just kind of highlight. That's a lot of black in that one, but it's okay. Make a little tiny beak. You can even add a little tiny eyeball too. So roll that brush through there. Look at how cute those guys are. You're doing good over there.
Getting there.
You're doing great.
I'm determined to finish.
So we're going to clean off this brush real quick. And we're going to add some trees or some leaves. You're like, no, I'm
So
not
you
there
did a
yet.
little beak. Okay.
I did a little
I'm gonna
tiny
do a little
beak.
beak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did the little tails, which is super easy. It's just like a real quick swoosh. Swish, swish, upside down V. All right, so I'm going to take some of this green and mix it with some yellow to make this, and some white too. And we're just going to do these last couple finishing touches. And all you do is just dab these tree branches with leaves. I love seeing all the green leaves outside now.
Yes, finally.
Yeah. It's like everything came alive like overnight last week.
For sure.
I feel like we never get enough greenery. And add just a couple more over here. I'm going to go with the darker green because of the yellow background. And here we go. Perfect. And there's our painting. You're like, that is not my painting.
Got
You're
it,
doing
I got
good.
it.
Keep going. What are you doing? Green?
Green.
Okay, so you're just going to bump.
Just
Yep, just use the side of your brush. Just bump, bump. Yep, perfect. Perfect, perfect. There you go. Well, thank you, Joanna, for
Thank you,
painting
Cheri.
with me.
This was super fun.
We'll finish yours up
Okay,
offline,
all
but
right.
it looks super awesome so far. So definitely check us out on Facebook and see what other shows we've had already. Thanks for watching.
And post your pictures of your paintings,
oh, yes,
right?
and post the pictures of your paintings. Please send them to us. We love sharing them on our Facebook page. So please, please, please paint along and send them in. Thank you.